Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Tia Joy, and it is a blessing to have you. I pray that all of you are having an amazing day or night whenever it is the time that you're watching this video. Welcome back. So I just did a video that's called Hold On, God is Moving and Moving You. And the Lord given me um, two different revelations from Jeremiah 23. So I'm still going to read Jeremiah 23, okay, for a different revelation in this word. And this is concerning the prophets, okay? So I'm going to start off on Jeremiah. I'm going to probably read the whole thing, but I'm going to break it down to you guys, okay, as the Lord has given it to me, just so you guys can have a clear understanding, okay? So it says, Woe to the shepherds who destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, says the Lord. Therefore, thus says the Lord God of Israel, against the shepherds who feed my people, you have scattered my flock, driven them away, and not attend to them. Behold, I will attend to you for the evil of your doing, says the Lord. But I will gather the remnant of my flock out of the countries where I have driven them and bring them back to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. I will set up shepherds over them who will feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, nor shall they be lacking, says the Lord. Behold, the days are coming, says the Lord, that I will raise to David a branch of righteousness. A king shall reign and prosper and execute judgment and righteousness in the earth. In his days, Judah will be saved, and Israel will dwell safely. Now, this is his name by which he will be called, the Lord, our righteousness. Therefore, behold, the days are coming, says the Lord, that they shall no longer say, As the Lord lives, who brought up the children of Israel from the land of Egypt. But as the Lord lives, who brought up and led the descendants of the house of Israel from the north country and from all of the countries where I had driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land. Now, I just read Jeremiah 23, 1 through 8. And what the Lord is speaking of right there is to the prophets. He said that they led his sheep away from him. So these are prophets that are not coming in the name of the Lord. They are prophesying their own words that were not given to them, and by them doing so, the Lord is angry. Okay, and He is saying now He is coming to save His people, His sheep, the ones that are lost. He are bringing them back to the fourfolds. Okay, He is taking them from this place of, okay, can you imagine like being led astray and being told the wrong things, right? So now, which means that they are blinded, okay? They are blinded from what the truth is. So now the Lord is saying, now I'm coming back to get my sheep, and I'm lifting up the blindfolds, and I'm taking them to a place where they will increase in His knowledge, increase in His words, okay? They will not no longer be astray from the truth. Now I'm going to read. I'm going to read from now Jeremiah 23 and 9. And I believe I have it broken down here for you guys. Let me see. Okay, yes. My heart within me is broken because of the prophets. All my bones shake, and I am a drunken man, and like a man whom wine has overcome, because of the Lord and because of His holy words. So just that first part, my heart within me is broken because of the prophets. That is the Lord speaking. His heart is broken. Okay, because we all know the Lord loves His children. He says, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. The Lord is saying, like, His heart is so broken that these prophets will come speak lies, okay, to drive His children away, because these same people that He put in position to speak to His people, it is what was going to get them to increase, is what was going to get them to be led to where the Lord needs for them to be. And they are hurting. These people are in mourning. And we all know that when we hurt, God hurts. So His heart is broken. Okay. So then 23 and 10 says, For the land is full of adulterers. For because of a curse of the land mourns. The pleasant places of the wilderness are dried up. Their course of the life is evil, and their might is not right. Okay, so the land, meaning the world. Okay, this is the whole world, the land, right? So, is in mourning because of all the evil that is at hand. All of the evil that is at hand, these people are crying out to the Lord. It's like, what is going on, right? And we could kind of see that from what's going on right now with like the fires and stuff that is taking place. That is just the beginning. It's going to get way worse. This is just the beginning. Okay. Now, Jeremiah 23:11. For both prophets and priests are profane. Yes, in my house I have found their wickedness, says the Lord. So the Lord is saying to the prophets, to the priests, preachers, okay, in his house, yes, he has found wickedness. Now, he is speaking of the churches, his house, right? So these preachers are leading God's people away from the truth on purpose. And he is saying, yes, in my house I have found wickedness. Now we know that in God's house there is not supposed to be wickedness, and people be surprised, right? That's why you have to be careful. You think that just because you are going to the house of the Lord, a church, right, that these preachers are telling the truth. You know, these prophets that are prophesying inside the churches are speaking from God. And he is telling you right here, yes, in my house, I have found their wickedness. There is wickedness, okay, in the house of the Lord. This is why it's very important to take every person back to the Lord in the message in which they are giving, and why it's very important that when the person is prophesying in the name of the Lord or preaching in the name of the Lord, if it is not matching up biblically, then it is not sent from the Lord. It is very important. Jeremiah 23:12. Therefore, their way shall be to them like slippery ways. In the darkness they shall be driven on and fall in them, for I will bring a disaster on them, the year of their punishment, says the Lord. This is the year 2025. This is the year that brings disaster and punishment unto these people who is doing opposite of what God told them to do. Okay? Or is doing things that God didn't tell them to do. So the Lord told them to do a thing and they're doing opposite, or these are also people that is coming in the name of the Lord and the Lord never spoke to them anything. Okay? Jeremiah 23:13. And I have seen folly in the prophets of Samaria. They prophesied by Baal and caused my people Israel to err. Okay? So God is not pleased with the world and the sin that is at hand. Okay? And the people, they're in mourning. Okay, that's what it basically means. They're in mourning, and it leads them astray. Okay, and now of course it's causing them to doubt God. It's causing them to question God. Okay, and the Lord is angry, and He's saying to the people who did this, now He is making their way slippery. Okay, you know how we say how the word says that the Lord has went before you and made all of your crooked places straight, right? That means like that all of the places that that may be bad or that you may have fear in, he has went before you now and made everything fit in its place. So there is no need to fear. Okay, there's no need to worry, because where your feet will touch, you will be okay. He is with you. The Lord is saying to these people, it will not be okay. He is making their way slippery, meaning they will fall, they will stumble. Okay, there will be a lot of things in their way. Okay, that will cause so many negative things or dark things. Okay, to happen to them and upon them. Okay, Jeremiah 23:14. Also, I have seen a horrible thing in the prophets of Jerusalem. They commit adultery and walk in lies. They also strengthen the hands of evildoers so that no one turns back from his wickedness. All of them are like Sodom to me, and her inhabitants like Gomorrah. So, what the Lord is saying is, these are the days of Sodom and Gomorrah. Adultery, meaning sexual acts, right? These are married people and unmarried people, because what you have to understand is, if you're married and you having sex with somebody outside of your marriage, you are committing adultery. But the word also says, if you are not married and you are having sex, you're also committing adultery. Okay? So, the Lord is saying, um, sexual acts, and because of this, He is giving strength. Oh, and because of these people giving strength to the enemy, Satan, okay, and to people who do the work of Satan, so much so that no one is trying to do the right thing, but it's keeping them in doing bad things. Okay, so by the people that's continuing to, be in sinful ways, living life in sin, it's giving a gateway, it's giving a door to the enemy. It's only strengthening the hand of the enemy. Okay, that's what the Lord is saying. And also strengthening the hands of the people that is doing work for the enemy. Jeremiah 23 and 15. Therefore, thus says the Lord of hosts concerning the prophets, behold, I will feed them with wormwood and make them drink the water of gall. From the prophets of Jerusalem, profaneness has gone out in all of the land. Okay, so wormwood and the drink of gall, that's like bitterness. Okay, that's a bitter taste in your mouth. That is what the Lord is saying. Um, Basically a bitterness of the consequences of sin that's being committed. Okay, so Jeremiah 23 and 17.